Hey guys, Tottenham here and welcome back to London for Game Week 26 predictions. We are so back because the points are looking great.
And the scores on the doors last week. Thogdad 5 points, Thogden 12 points. I was absolutely killed by late goals, but you know what? There's only 9 points in it. I've not given up yet.
Running the league and running the show, and this week I've got a feeling I'm going to be a little bit further ahead.
But you know what, Theo? You're getting beaten this week. Tottenham Hotspur against Newcastle United is 15th against 12th. Two big money teams who are having awful seasons, and both teams lost yet again last week. Now Spurs, 4 points in 8 games. That's not good enough. And Christian Romero, when are you going to stop getting sent off? You are a liability at the moment.
A very tough one to predict. Newcastle are in free fall. Manager under pressure. Going to Tottenham where, anyone can get 3 points there. But something tells me the pressure may get up to him.
And they're missing key players like Joe Linton. So, you know what? I'm just going to sit on the fence here. This is a 1-1 draw.
Tottenham will be thinking this is an opportunity to win. And I know they have a bad record at home, but eventually form turns. I think it happens here. Thomas Frank, I'm backing you. Tottenham fans, maybe I'm crazy, but you're going to win 2-1.
Chelsea against Leeds United is 5th against 16th. It's two teams who won last game week. It's two sets of fans who absolutely hate each other. But Chelsea, what can you say? 4 wins in a row. They are superb at the moment. Liam Rosenior making a difference. And talking of difference, Cole Palmer got another first half hat-trick. That is the 3rd time he's done that in his career. No player has ever done that before.
I actually got that Leeds prediction correct, beating Forest at home, but I didn't think it'd be as many as they did. It wasn't just a goal, but for Chelsea, it wasn't just a goal at Wolves. A 3-1 win, which I got 4 points for last week. Part of the reason why I'm so far ahead of Thogdad. Ho-ho!
But they're taking on a Leeds United team who are playing some lovely football at the moment. I think that's 2 defeats in the last 12 games, 7 wins this season. They're looking good. The only problem with Leeds United is their away form. Not too good on the road. So I'm going to go Chelsea 2, Leeds 0.
If I've just predicted 3-1, and both Chelsea and Leeds' last match was 3-1, I think I have to go for a... You know my score. 3-1 to Chelsea again. Give me those 4 points. Come on.
Everton against Bournemouth is 8th against 11th. It's two teams who should be very happy with their seasons to date. And Everton, unbeaten in the last 5 games. That was a really good comeback win against Fulham. And when Kiernan Dewsbury Hall is on the pitch, he makes a difference. The only problem with Everton, the last 5 games at home, no wins.
That new Everton stadium hasn't been great for them so far, but I do think this is a very winnable game. They've just beaten Fulham away. I know this game has got 1-1 written all over it, given that Villa just drew to Bournemouth 1-1 at the Cherry Stadium, but I just want to favour Everton for some reason.
But they're playing a Bournemouth team who are tricky. They might sell players, but they still get points. 11 of those points in the last 5 games. And young Ryan, the Brazilian, got his debut goal against some shocking Villa defending. If Bournemouth can keep this up, they're in with a shout of Europe. I'm going to sit on the fence again here. A 1-1 draw.
Everton to win by a goal here. Moisey, prove me right, okay? There's a photo going viral right now of him and Mikel Arteta after a match when Arteta was a footballer and David Moyes was the manager and Arteta was in a suit. Can you believe that? He put a suit on after a match. I think that aura is going to bring him the success. Right now Arteta's probably... Maradona! No! I just feel this is going to be won by Moisey. Everton 1, Bournemouth 0. Make it happen. Maybe like an Iliman and Die difference.
West Ham United against Manchester United is 18th against 4th. Two teams who won last weekend by a 2-0 scoreline. Now, West Ham had a terrible start to the season, but they've gone and won 3 of the last 4 Premier League games. And that man, Somerville, I believe, has scored in his last 5 games. The only trouble with West Ham, against the bigger teams, they don't do very well.
This is the match where Manchester United can go 5 wins in a row and the man can finally cut his hair. Let's see if he can do it. London Stadium, Old Trafford, not the place to be, but it has been a place of very good results lately. Michael Carrick has completely changed around Manchester United.
That bloke is going to get his hair cut. Get it done, pal. And you know what this is going to be? If Man United can go to the Emirates and win, which they did, they certainly can go to the Olympic Stadium and win. West Ham 1, Man United 2.
Now what Michael Carrick is doing, he's not doing any crazy tactics different to previous managers. He's making the lads enjoy it. and he's putting them in their best position. However, good runs come to an end. And this is why I think that man won't be cutting his hair yet. Because West Ham, they've just beat Burnley away 2-0. They look solid. They're not here to let that man cut his hair. I'm going to predict West Ham 2, Man United 2. High scoring draw, but no man cutting his hair at the end of it. I'm sorry, the United strand.
Nottingham Forest against Wolverhampton Wanderers is 17th against 20th, a game with massive significance for the relegation fight. Two teams who lost last weekend, and Forest humiliated by Leeds United. They have to bounce back from that, and really quick.
Wolves have dropped off since their 2026 start, which was unbelievable. But then Forest have been woeful. The only big wins they've been getting is in the Europa League against Ferencváros. Where is that Premier League form? The fans want it.
Wolves, the last 16 games away from home, drawn 4 and lost 12. That is truly shocking. And what was also shocking is the 2 penalties they gave away last weekend. They've got to stop that.
You know, if you look at the last few times Forest played Wolves, it's been a draw. And that's even when Wolves have been a few points off relegation.
This is going to be tighter than a lot of people think. It's going to be Forest 2, Wolves 1.
I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I'm not going to write off Wolves completely.
Aston Villa against Brighton and Hove Albion is 3rd against 14th. It's two teams who are struggling a little bit at the moment. Now, Aston Villa have won 1 of their last 5 games. They lost at home to Brentford, they lost at home to Everton. And you look at the table, the likes of Chelsea and Man United are catching up, and fast.
Villa back at home. You expect they'd win this game because Brighton have been beaten by everyone right now. They just lost the M23 rivalry game. 1-0, terrible for them at home. There's going to be a lot of questions over the manager. Look, the owner has a big job to do and decide whether he needs to go. And I think if the game goes like I predict it, he might be sacked. I'm going to say he will be sacked.
Brighton are not a very good away side. Ironically, I went to Stamford Bridge and saw them be superb in that second half and won 3-1. But that is rare. And I think this is going to be a close game, low scoring. I'm just going to go 2-1 to the Villa.
Aston Villa 2, Brighton 0. They need a change, simple as that.
Crystal Palace against Burnley now 13th against 19th. Two teams having horrible seasons. Crystal Palace, 3 points in 9 games, and then last night they went down to Brighton and won the M23 derby. But look at their recent home form. The last 8 games, drawn 4 and lost 4. Massive opportunity to put that one to bed.
Selhurst Park, they will be clapping them on as they return from Brighton with 3 points, and now they are playing midweek against Burnley. It's nice when those fixtures are near up, you know, and you're winning games and you just get to, the fans really get behind the team. It makes a massive difference, and I just don't think this goes one way because Burnley have just lost 2-0 at home to West Ham, which is really embarrassing. They've accepted relegation. I can't back Scott Parker to walk down the street today. I can't back him to do anything.
Now Burnley, winless in 16 Premier League games. They have been terrible recently, just lost their first home game of 2026, and surely they are down. I think this is going to be a poor game, low scoring, 1-0 to Crystal Palace.
Palace are going to win this game. They're going to win this game, and not just by 1 goal, 2 goals to be precise. Will it be Strand Larsen or will it be Mateta? It doesn't matter. Ismail Assar's been the story recently, but a 2-0 win is what I believe.
Manchester City against Fulham is 2nd against 10th, and Man City got an amazing victory last night against Liverpool. Came from 1-0 down, and what a dramatic ending that was. 6 points behind Arsenal now. They are keeping on the pressure. We know just how brilliant they are at home. Unbeaten in the last 10, 8 of those were victories.
Pep Guardiola finally got that Anfield win, which he's been waiting so long to do. He's now pretty much ticked every achievement. You know in Football Manager where you win a game that you don't won in a while, you get that achievement that just turns up with a random sort of like adjective on it. That's how Pep has been treating the game recently. He's back to winning ways consistently.
And they're playing a Fulham team who are win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1 all season. They occasionally get a really good result, like winning at, I was going to say White Hart Lane, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, although is that a big thing these days? So they occasionally get a good result. But I think here, you've got to go with City 2-0.
It won't be a walkover, the City-Fulham game. The Whites are going to come in with a plan. They're a hard team to beat. I know they just lost at home to Everton, but Marco Silva doesn't hold grudges. He's got a good squad. I think this will be tight. Man City 2, Fulham 1.
Sunderland versus Liverpool is 9th against 6th, and at the start of the season, who would have guessed that these two teams would be so close together after 25 games? Both teams lost last game week. Sunderland lost to Arsenal at the Emirates. Their away form, their woes away from home continue, but on their home turf, it's a very different story. Unbeaten in 11 games, 6 wins and 5 draws. Something tells me this could be a 1-1 draw.
The Stadium of Light will be rocking here. Well, they won't be so happy with the last Sunderland result, which is a 3-0 loss, but it was to Arsenal, and that, going to the Emirates is a tough place to go. But look at their form at home. Completely different story. They've lost their last 2 away games 3-0. They go back home, they batter someone.
You look at Liverpool, and away from home, the last game lost to Bournemouth. At home, lost to Man City in dramatic fashion. I'm tempted to say 1-1, but I know that Theo will do exactly that. So I'm just going to go for a Liverpool win, 2-1, inspired by Wirtz.
I bet Thogdad will go away with a Liverpool 1-goal difference win. But they don't understand that it's a tough place to go at the Stadium of Light, and they've got a great team, home form, Xhaka back, Sunderland 2, Liverpool 2. I just got that feeling. It's not going to be a walkover.
Brentford against Arsenal is 7th against 1st. It's the game of the week. It's a London derby between 2 teams who won last weekend. And I tell you what, Brentford, they went up to St James's Park and they won, inspired by Ouattara. But the thing about Brentford, they are so unpredictable. Their last home game, they lost without scoring to Nottingham Forest.
Brentford are a serious team and finding ways every single week under Keith Andrews. But Arsenal are just beating everyone right now, aren't they? It doesn't matter if it's EFL Cup, Premier League, bloody Champions League. They're going for treble, pal.
Arsenal, job done at home to Sunderland. Gyökeres came off the bench and got a brace. I told you that would happen. And please pick him this week. Their away form is brilliant. I'm just going to have to go with them. Brentford 1, Arsenal 2.
Brentford are going to score. It's going to be tight, 1-goal difference. Brentford 1, Arsenal 2.
And finally, the bonus game, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Arsenal, 20th against 1st. This is going to happen next week. I think it's from game week 31. I don't know why it's being played, probably to do with one of the cups. But I'm going to give Wolves a goal. Wolves 1, Arsenal 3. This should be a very easy away win.
Oh, double game week? What's this about? Arsenal, we just predicted you. 5 days later playing again? What's this carnage? I don't know, Wolves 0, Arsenal 3, they're going to batter them.
And that's all from Thogdad in Sri Lanka. I'm off now to go to Colombo, the capital of Sri Lanka, to watch the big cricket game, Pakistan against the United States of America. Can you predict that one?
Thank you for watching, guys. That is game week 26 complete. Enjoy the matches from today and stretching over the midweek games. It was a tough one to get out. I know it was last minute, but we did our best. Subscribe and like, and go watch the main channel soon. We got an awesome Japan football experience video coming, so if you do like the matchday vlogs, they are returning. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.